I have now filmed 5 TBRs today. No, 5 videos. 3 TBRs. Where does the time go? Hey everybody, it's Anna and welcome back to my booktube channel. This video is going to be my TBR for the Believe in the Impossible readathon, or the Believathon for short, which is taking place for the entire month of November. This is a readathon that is hosted by Gavin Hetherington, and it is dedicated to rediscovering or discovering, in as case may be, the magic of children's literature. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up their Twitter so that I can make sure that I get all of this information right. So there are a bunch of different challenges in the thread that are on the Twitter. I think the only one that I'm specifically going out of my way to complete is reading the group book, which is called Frost Hearts. I don't have it yet because it hasn't been released in the US, so I'm ordering a copy from the UK, and it's taking a while to get here because that's just book depository shipping for me. And the other challenges I will fulfill incidentally as it happens, but because November is very busy and kind of ridiculous for me, I decided not to hold myself to specific books for specific challenges. I'm just going to present to you the TBR of books that I have, and then I will choose from those and we'll just see how many I can do, because I want to be nice to myself and not overdo it when it comes to something that is supposed to be fun and a hobby. So I'll just go through the books that I've got here. This one is called Strange Birds, A Field Guide to Ruffling Feathers by Celia C. Perez. She is the author of The First Rule of Punk, which I have not read, but I want to. And I know that my friend Erin read that, I believe, for the Reading Rush. You can see her channel down below in my description. Go give her some subscription love because she's awesome and I love her. And yeah, I really wanted to read this book because it's about 4 friends and it has to do with some like wilderness exploration and birds, and it's a story about friendship, the most important thing. So there's that. Then here comes a book that I have been dying to read since it came out, and I don't know why it's taken me so long, but I just finally got my hands on it, and that is Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. I read The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi earlier this year, and it was one of my favorite reads of this year. I haven't read any of her middle grade books though, and I know that this one is going to be a series because it's part of that like Rick Riordan Presents universe where he's trying to basically create, it's not an imprint, but it's like an incubator maybe for authors that are writing books that feature like young protagonists in various world mythology contexts. And I've been wanting to read this since it came out, and I still haven't, so it's on my TBR for this readathon. And I know it features a lot of mythology and folklore, and I already know I like her writing, so I have a feeling that'll be really good. Then I have 2 books that take place during the time of the Holocaust. The first one is The Safest Lie by Angela Cerrito, and this is a story about a girl that is living in the Warsaw Ghetto in World War II and is part of Irina Sendler's rescue mission, and she was this Polish woman that created a bunch of secret identities for Jewish children in order to get them out of the ghetto and basically save them from being killed in the death camps during the Holocaust. So I picked this up. This book is kind of old. I think it was published in 1999. Oh no, 2015. That's weird. It has my library's really old historical fiction sticker on it. That's very strange. So no, this book is not old, but I would like to read it regardless. And then the other one is aimed at slightly younger readers, I believe, and that is called Yellow Star by Jennifer Roy. And again, this is another story about one of the 12 children that survived the Lodz ghetto in Poland, and I believe this is based on a true story of that girl's life. Then I have 2 more books by the same author, and this is a local author to me. I have The Many Reflections of Miss Jane Denning and The Green Children of Woolpit, and both of these are by the author J. Anderson Coates. This first one is a historical fiction novel that takes place in, I believe, what is now Seattle, so it's kind of a local historical fiction. And The Green Children of Woolpit takes place in England, but it also has a bunch of like creepy ghost mythology and folklore in it. So again, had to read it. I know that J. Anderson Coates actually came and did a book signing at one of my local bookshops recently. I wasn't able to make it to it, but that's where I picked up her first book, and I got this one from the library. And then the last one is a follow-up to a favorite middle grade that I read, must be a couple of years ago now, and I believe the third book in this series has also come out. But the second one, which is what I'm reading for this readathon, is The Vanderbeekers and the Hidden Garden by Karina Jan Glaser. I found out about her actually because she is a former Book Riot contributor, and Book Riot is one of the websites where I go to get a lot of my like bookish news and content that is not YouTube. And she's a Book Riot former contributor that got shouted out on one of their like main podcasts when she wrote her first novel, which is called The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street. And it is a amazing story about this adorable family that lives in a brownstone house in New York City. They have a whole bunch of kids. As somebody that grew up in a big, by modern American standards, family, I'm one of 4, and that's considered a big family. I really appreciated reading a book about children growing up with a ton of siblings, because that was definitely my experience. And it is kind of a very heartwarming tale of their grumpy landlord that lives downstairs trying to evict them right around the time of the holidays because he's decided that he doesn't want to have a bunch of kids running around anymore, and it's all of the different plans that they come up with to save their family home. So this one is about, let's see, we'll just go ahead and read it, actually. When catastrophe strikes their beloved upstairs neighbor, the Vanderbeekers must band together to do what they do best: make a plan. They have 19 days to turn the ivy-ridden, possibly haunted, abandoned lot down the street into the best community garden in Harlem. But creating a garden from scratch is not as easy as it seems, and with no money, absolutely zero gardening experience, and the threat of a slick real estate developer eyeing the land, the Vanderbeekers face their greatest challenge yet. Is the threat of the slick real estate developer not the most terrifying foe children have faced since Count Olaf? I'll go ahead and leave you with that for a thought. So yeah, that is my TBR for the Believathon. If you were going to be doing this readathon, let me know. I would love to buddy read with you if you have any books that we have in common, or if you just want to buddy read the group book together. I love doing those. I want to do more of them. Feel bad that I haven't done any in a really long time. So yeah, and let me know if you've read any of these, or if you have anything you'd like to suggest that I add to my TBR. Again, because November is super busy, I can't promise that I'll get to it, but I will certainly add it to my long Goodreads TBR, which means I will read it eventually at some point. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!